welcome to episode 13 of the It's Thug with Nasty podcast. First off, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays, depending whatever you're celebrating this holiday season. Maybe it's just celebrating a few extra days off of work, I hope. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Sleep and sugar plums. Question mark? I'm not one to dream about sugar plums personally. I don't know about you. I don't even know what a sugar plum is. But this is my gift to you. The gift of a good night's sleep. I mean, it's no Jelly of the Month club.
Clark, it's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
But it could make a huge difference in your life every single day. Since many of you will have some extra days off for the holidays and likely be consuming too much of something, it's the perfect time to catch up and improve on your sleep. Sleep doesn't get the recognition it deserves. It always seems to be the first thing that gets sacrificed when people's schedules become overburdened. Sleep is easily one of the most important of your body's processes. Sleep helps to strengthen your immune system, improve brain function, helps balance your hormones, boosts your metabolism, and even gives you more energy, guys. Show me someone that doesn't want more of each one of those things. I'll wait. No, I won't. Let's keep going. When we are awake, we are in what's called a catabolic state, meaning our body is being broken down in some form or another. While we sleep, however, our bodies are in an anabolic state. This state is primarily a growth and rejuvenation state that allows us the time and resources to repair, recover, and relax. It would seem that we should just sleep all the time, so we can avoid breaking ourselves down. However, we can't have one without the other. We need our bodies to break down so we can dispose of the old building materials for new, fresh, stronger ones. A common misconception is like, going to the gym makes you stronger. This is not true. Going to the gym actually breaks your body down. Technically, you're weaker and more inflamed after a workout. In fact, if you were to go get blood work done after a workout, it would look like you have something seriously wrong with yourself. However, we know that nothing is wrong. We just broke our body down, but now it's up to us to get the right nutrition and sleep to allow ourselves to come back stronger and better than we were before that workout. Some people view not sleeping as a badge of honor or make sure everyone knows that, how hard they work and play. The problem is sleep deprivation, especially chronic sleep deprivation. It can have many negative effects on our bodies, ranging from inconveniences to serious health concerns. The fact of the matter is, if you try to fight our natural human need of sleep, you'll be doing more damage than good, and you will never be your best self. It's just not possible. Anytime we fight against what our bodies were made to do, you'll lose. Almost every time. Some of the issues associated with sleep deprivation, though, are difficulty thinking and concentrating, like your problem-solving skills are going to take a hit. Difficulty remembering things, that's always tough. Mood swings, irritability, you become reactive and emotional. It weakens your immune system, so you have the chance of being sick more often. It raises blood pressure, as lack of sleep it's a stress on the body. And weight gain, of course, because it's much easier to overindulge and make poor decisions when you're tired. I don't know, guys, seems like a pretty important thing, and once again, it's something you can work on today to improve so many aspects of your health. I see this all the time. People don't sleep enough, but then they try to compensate with coffee and energy drinks, drinking caffeine just to make it through the day. Don't get me wrong, I love my morning coffee because I enjoy the taste and the slight cognitive bump that I receive. However, if I get to the point where I need more than 2 cups of coffee, then I take a break from it. Eventually, your body is going to down-regulate the caffeine, meaning you will now need, twice as much of it to get the same effects. Basically, what is happening is that the more we take in of something, the less sensitive our bodies become. But I have learned over the years that taking breaks from things like caffeine or sports supplements like whey protein or creatine, you allow your body to become sensitive to those ingredients again, which will then allow you to consume less for the same effect. Now, caffeine can wreck your sleep cycles, depending on your body and, when you drank your last bit of caffeine, there's a high probability it is still in your system when you're trying to get some sleep. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours, meaning if you drink 300 milligrams of caffeine at 2 p.m., at 8 p.m., you'll still have 150 milligrams in your system. Then, at 2 a.m. in the morning, you'll still have about 75 milligrams. This isn't great because you constantly have a stimulant in your system when your body is trying to be at rest. I used to drink pre-workouts at 5 p.m., absolutely destroyed my sleep, and I'm very glad I stopped taking these things. Nowadays, I try to cut out caffeine consumption around 11:30 a.m. So this is your first tip. Reduce caffeine consumption and stop drinking it earlier in the day to allow ample time to clear it from your system. While we're on the topic of clearing things out of your system, eating food late at night and then trying to go to sleep can give you some troubles as well. When you sleep, your body is looking to repair and rest, but when you consume food, it has to divert energy to breaking down that food that is in your system. If you can, stop eating a couple hours before you go to sleep.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Remember, we are using energy to break down food. We are also generating heat when that happens. This increases our core temperature, which leads us to the next point. Our body's core temperature drops when it begins to start its sleep process. And if our environments are too warm, that warmth is going to battle our internal systems. Studies have shown that the optimal sleeping temperature is between 60 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. You can still wear your PJs and sleep under the blankets within reason. You don't need 50 blankets and, super warm PJs, but anyways. My wife and I dropped the temp down to about 64 degrees, and man, what a difference does it make. Sure, it's a bit cold getting out of bed in the morning, and it's so helpful in getting an awesome night's sleep. I always call it cryo sleep when I'm talking about it. Next up, dim the lights. Never during our evolution did we have all this artificial light available to us. With the flick of a switch, we can create another day at night. Darkness is one of our body's cues that it is time for rest, and systems are in place that start preparing us for sleep. Problem is, if the body always thinks it's daytime, then the sleep hormones become suppressed. So without going too crazy, a few hours before bed, reduce the amount of artificial light you have going on in the house to initiate shutdown mode.
Is your house on fire, Claw?
No, Bethany, those are Christmas lights.
Speaking of shutting down though, probably the biggest culprit and hardest to combat is our screen time. We spend too much time in front of screens, it's a fact. And of course, the light from the screens is artificial light that once again will keep you in day mode. So, as with the ambient light in our houses, we also need to shut down the phones, TVs, and computers a good hour or more before we try to sleep. This is a fantastic time to pick up a book, play a board game, journal, talk to your significant other, amongst other things. Wink, wink. Again, our goal is to get our bodies into shutdown mode and rest. We're trying to go from 100 to 0 gradually, not in an instant. You ever play games too late and then just try to hop in bed and go to sleep right after? Your brain is still firing as if you were still trying to play the game. Takes time to chill the heck out, guys. Just remember, you don't technically have to do all these things I am mentioning, but the more you do, the better your sleep is gonna be. For those of you looking for optimal sleep, try all these things at once. That's what I do. So tomorrow is always a crush it sort of day. Now, while we sleep, we move in and out of light sleep and deep sleep. This makes up what they call sleep cycles. But just for reference, alcohol does mess with our sleep cycles. So even though it may help you fall asleep initially, our bodies can slip into an awake state instead of staying in that light sleep before heading back towards the deep sleep. This will hinder an optimal night's sleep, so take it easy, on the drinking, especially if sleep is an area of struggle with you. Sleep cycles last about 90 minutes, and you can actually set your alarm to land around the times when you are close to being awake, so like when you're in the light sleep portions. So doing so will keep you from being awoken from a deep sleep state, which will make you feel groggy. I personally use this technique, though it took some trial and error. I now get to sleep by 10 p.m. and set my alarm for about 5:30. This allows me 5 full sleep cycles if I fall asleep, immediately, which I typically do. And I wake up feeling amazing. If I set my alarm for 6 or 6:15, I will be waking myself up in the middle of a deep sleep cycle, and it typically causes me to be groggedy. That's a new word. But it causes me to be a little groggy and irritable, so crabby. So have some fun with your sleep and try to tweak your sleep time or any of all these other things we talked about to try to optimize your sleep. If you are someone who doesn't know what a good night's sleep can do for you, please try these things, as it can make a world of difference in every aspect of your life, not just sleeping. I know it's like dieting and exercise or anything else that's worth doing. I promise you, develop a nighttime routine and you'll be amazed at the person you wake up as tomorrow. Now, if you guys would like to geek out on some sleep science, I highly recommend the book Sleep Smarter by Shawn Stevenson. He's the host of the Model Health Show podcast, another phenomenal program that you should check out as well. But the info in this podcast is just a very small snippet of what he covers in his book. But I will toss his links to the book and his podcast in the description, so definitely check that stuff out. But I hope you found something of value in our discussion today that you can apply to your sleep even tonight. If you try any of these things, I want to know how it worked for you. So be sure to hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at @itslugwignasty. So let's skip the snooze and see what happened last week. Ho ho ho, it's the last week's review. So we only got 3 streams in last week. We did Monday, Wednesday, and then did a makeup stream on Saturday for my missed stream on Friday. Friday is like the main day that I always want to make sure I get my stream out. But I had a super bad headache, and just turning on the studio lights, basically I couldn't keep my eyes open. So we moved it to Saturday, which was fine and dandy. It was a great stream, had a few new follows. Everyone was being positive and having a good time. However, Monday and Wednesday weren't the greatest. So, I was trying to have a good time, and both of those days I got a few trolls in there. It's like I only have a couple people watching the stream as it is, and then so a third of my viewership for the day or whatever was just being a jerk. So I don't give them the time of day. I'm not really complaining about them. It's just like, come on, really? It's like you're going to the bottom of the directory and then just hopping in there just to say something mean. So I feel bad for you, people that have to, try to bring other people down, but it is what it is. But overall, Saturday made up for those two, and it was a good time. Got a few guns that I was trying to get in Destiny. Both of them dropped with decent rolls, so I was happy about it. Early Christmas gift from Bungie. Thank you. Last week, I also got the podcast out, as always, and we also made a intermission screen for the stream. So now I have something that has my face cam up with a smaller area for the video game, and then a small area for chat as well on stream. So did that this week, and it looks sweet. You'll have to come by and check it out during the broadcast. I will appreciate it. All right, so this week is actually the week of Christmas. So next week, I'm not, the streaming is going to be a little sporadic, and I don't know exactly when I'm going to be able to hop on. So definitely follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will let you know when that's going to go down. I'm not sure if I'll have anything on Monday, Wednesday like I normally do, or Friday. I think we got stuff going on a bunch of days, so it might actually just be on like the opposite days that I normally stream. But like I said, follow me on my social media. I will let you know when I get on. Anything else for next week? Let's see. I'm thinking maybe about doing another stream element, whether it's some sound effects or whatever. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see if I can think of something before next week. But until next week, guys, I really hope you have a fantastic Christmas and a happy holiday again if you don't celebrate. Enjoy your days off if you have days off. Enjoy the abundance of sweets and presents and whatever you guys are doing. I know it's going to be a great time. So let's keep it light and fun, and maybe even get some sleep too. So I will catch you guys on the broadcast this week. Be sure to follow mixer.com/itsthugwignasty. We're almost at 50 follows. I would like to get 50 follows before the end of the year. Can it happen? Can you help me? So check it out, guys, and I will catch you next week. And if not in the broadcast, then we'll catch you next podcast next Monday. Have a fantastic Christmas, guys. I'll catch you later.